metidos en la misma aplicación, en la misma herramienta para tener estas actualizaciones. Lógicamente los webinars son bastante interesantes para tener esta actualización, ¿verdad? Y por otro lado, comentar por último que el pack, por ejemplo, que sigue Cisco Ventas o Cisco Comercial, en muchas de las aplicaciones tienen que ver con la movilidad, ¿no? La misma plataforma de Webex, cómo ha migrado hacia entornos de movilidad, iPads, iPhone, Android, etcétera. Que lógicamente en este mundo globalizado creemos conveniente que podamos estar teniendo las mismas aplicaciones de desarrollo para que un instructor, como lo has mencionado, en base a la migración de su perfil y de todo lo que conlleva ese perfil, pueda acarrear también herramientas que puedan servir como soporte tecnológico en su clase, en su capacitación, o bien en este tipo de reuniones que automáticamente tengamos los objetos que puedan servirnos como ese tipo de presentaciones que pudieran ser mucho más productivas si antes las tenemos disponibles para poderlas visualizar y poder estar haciendo comentarios adecuados a la hora que estemos discutiendo ese tipo de cosas. Gracias.
Thank you for that. So, I think a couple of things. One, I think it's very important for us to hear that feedback in terms of communicating the right information at the right time. We need to get better at it, and I think on Wednesday or on Thursday there's some regional breakout sessions, and one of the things that we'd like to hear from you on is things like that. How do we communicate big changes such as this? What's the best way to communicate them with partners, with academies? Not relying on things like webinars. You know, as you mentioned, the webinars, they're helpful. Not everybody can attend. So how do we get the right information to everybody? And also I heard a little bit about the systems and the different places, and that's ultimately what we're trying to improve with this. But I hear very much that the communication piece really needs to be improved, and we need to get to you earlier than right before something is happening. Thank you. Other questions?
Hello, Kimberly. Let's speak in English. So, is the process for a student when they migrate is going to be the same for instructors? For instance, if the student migrates to a class that is on the NetSpace, will it be possible to attend a class in the NetAcademy community? For instance, if Exploration 1 instructor has already migrated, and if he takes another class with Exploration 2 with an instructor that has not migrated, will it be possible?
It is possible, yes. So we've actually looked at data to see how often do we have a student with two different instructors that are in two different courses, and it's possible. The numbers are pretty low as far as courses that are overlapping, but if that happened, if I'm in Exploration 1 with an instructor that upgraded, and then I decide I'm going to register for Exploration 2, and for some reason they overlap, and that instructor has not upgraded, I, as a student, will be in both systems for a period of time. I would still have access to Academy Connection. So for a student, when they move over, because their instructor has started a class and invited them, the student, no access is cut off for the student in Academy Connection. They still have to be able to get over there, just in case a different instructor opens a class there. It's not ideal and definitely would be confusing for the student, but it is allowed.
Alexander from Brazil. Question is, you told us that you can customize the environments, the NetSpace. And we have a lot of instructors that are not a full-time instructor. They work with their network, their network. We can have a template they can use a template from CISCO or from our academy. Those instructors to have the class?
Yes, so great question. So instructors will have templates. So what's going to happen with each of the courses within Networking Academy, there's going to be a template that Cisco will create. And that means if an instructor wants to, they can come in and they can start teaching the course right away. That means all the exams are in there, the curriculum links, all the content is in there, and they could just click publish and start teaching their course right away. We would like eventually over time more and more instructors to start customizing and do some, use some of the other tools. But we understand many of them, they're part-time or they're very limited on time. So we'll create a template for each course that they can just come in and start teaching with.
I think really, I'm going to make a question that's not exactly related to what you just talked about, but it's just, I think in our academy, for example, in Brazil, we need a lot of statistics. So I just want to know if in this academy evolution, in what step those statistics will be included. So in order, for example, to see how an instructor is doing, how is feedback about him, or how many classes this academy already did, something like that. I think statistics is a very good topic for us, even if it's not now. But how is the?
I do think that a lot of that is available today and will be available in NetSpace at launch for certain roles at the academies or roles at Academy Support Centers. So I'd be interested in going through some of the statistics with you to show what do we have today in the reporting and what additional information would be helpful for you. But the reports will be available at launch for those roles.
Buenos días, Julio Velasco de Venezuela. Complementando, por cierto, la intervención de la compañera anterior, era respecto a las estadísticas de los estudiantes. Por ejemplo, cómo yo conseguir rápidamente los estudiantes con mejores rendimientos sin tener que escarbar y preguntar instructor a instructor quién tú crees que es el mejor de la clase. Saber, por ejemplo, en qué curso se ha matriculado un estudiante durante todo el periodo de la academia. Nosotros, en nuestro caso, tenemos que llevar un sistema paralelo para poder tener ese tipo de aclarar ese tipo de situaciones. Igual en el caso de los instructores, saber qué curso ha dictado un instructor. No hay una manera mediante la cual yo pueda saber. Nosotros tenemos ya 10 años y entonces, bueno, las estadísticas son enormes, pero si queremos hacer alguna actividad de esa no es tan sencillo. Entonces quería complementar esa parte.
Sure, thank you. So I think the good news is that the statistics and the data is there. We need help in understanding what do you need visibility to, how should it look, and how can we help you with that. So we have a lot of data. Of course, there's certain things that we have to follow as far as who can see what data about what person, but I think what you're talking about is very doable. We just need to understand what's being requested and find a way to pull that in.
Are we going to need to do something for the migration? I mean, or the migration will occur just automatically?
Sorry. For an instructor, it's a bit different. For an instructor, they do have to do something, and that is go complete the assessment and show that they can navigate in NetSpace. The system is going to walk them through the rest of it. So if a date approaches and they have to open their course in NetSpace now, let's say maybe an instructor is inactive right now and they don't come back until a year from now, and they want to go to Academy Connection and open a new course, and they try to do that in Academy Connection, the system is going to walk them through. Our system has changed. You need to come over here to Cisco NetSpace. So the big to-do for an instructor is that assessment. For everybody else, for all other non-students, we encourage everybody to go through some training, but really the system is going to walk you through going over to NetSpace. There's really no big task for people to do. Not like the business architecture migration. It doesn't have those tasks that we're associated to that.
Hi, Kimberly. My name is Patricio Carranza from Buenos Aires, from Argentina. And the question is, what happened with guidebooks? As CATC or regional academies, we were able to see the guidebooks from the other academies. I'm talking about the quality processes, for example. We need to see what is not only the instructor but the students, how they are going on with their classes, with their exams. And as I know, we will not be able to see gradebooks. Is that correct?
Initially at launch, I believe you're correct. So if you're talking about, for example, an Academy Support Center being able to see the gradebook information for the academies they support or the students of those academies.
Sure, yes.
So I believe at launch that is not going to be available, but we've heard that feedback in the early stages of the business architecture migration that CATCs or regionals used to have access to this data. What happened to it? We don't have it anymore. So Audrey she's somebody who's managing the partner advocacy team, and so they're aware of that feedback and trying to figure out a way to bring it back. But at launch, because we're so close, I don't expect that it's going to be available right away. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kimberly.